Hi there, welcome to this video. I'm going to have a little walk around my local area to see what birds I can photograph. Now, as you can see, it's a beautiful autumnal morning. There is a little bit of a chill in the air, as you can possibly tell from the steam coming out of my mouth, but in the sun it's not too cold. In fact, it's quite pleasant with a little bit of a larger coat on. Now, what I'm going to do this morning is I'm going to have a walk around my local area to see what birds I can photograph. Now, I had planned to maybe go to a reserve this weekend, but I thought I'd take it a bit easy because at the moment I'm only about 3.5 weeks out from my gallbladder operation, and so there is just a little bit of tenderness, so I don't want to push things too far and do myself any damage. And if things do start to hurt and I'm not very far away from home, I can always just pop back. So that's the plan this morning. Come along with me because I know that I'm really going to enjoy my photography. I've started off in the garden. I've had a bit of a wander around. I've got a photo of a collared dove, a robin, and a bit of video as well. And what I've done is I've put myself against this oak tree to just try and disguise myself a little bit, because I've got the canopy over the top of my head and I'm up against the trunk of the tree. Now, it's not been a perfect disguise because the birds seem to still sense that I'm here. They have a kind of alert state that they warn each other that there is something about, and they just don't tend to come when that alert state is up. And they also have a sort of safe area as well, and for where I'm very close to the feeders at the moment, and I think I'm just a little bit too close for the birds to be completely comfortable. Now, I've spent a little bit more time here by this oak tree and my patience has paid off because the birds seem to have calmed down and started landing on the perches by the feeders and on the trees surrounding them as well. Now, I'm a little bit disadvantaged this morning because the perches are really angled towards the hide, and I'm purposely not going into the hide this morning because I want to just keep everything fairly natural, as if I was walking in the countryside. Even though I'm in my back garden, I still want to not give myself the advantage of the hide, but I'm still getting some nice photographs, and I think now it's probably about time to go for a little walk. Now, if you are enjoying this video, you can do me a really big favour and click the like, subscribe and the bell notifications, and that way you stay up to date with all of my future photographic releases. And if you want to help support me, you can also visit my Teespring store because I've got a range of merchandise there, so go and check that out. I've just seen 3 young pheasants in this field here over my right hand shoulder, and I've got some photographs and video of those. And then this house here behind me had quite a large flock of sparrows flying around it, landing on the gutterings and on the top of the roofs, and I've got some photographs of those as well. Just to the right of me there are lots of hedgerows, and at this time of year there are lots of birds feeding on berries and the remains of berries, and so I've just seen a bird in here just feeding on these, and I've got a photograph of that. There are still lots of swallows about, and I've just been watching quite a lot of them on these wires here behind me. Now they can't be very long before they start to migrate back to warmer climates before reappearing again next spring. I'm surprised that there's still so many of them about, but they won't be here for much longer. Probably in the next couple of weeks they'll all be completely gone. I've now come onto a public footpath, so I'm going to be crossing farmland, and as you can see there are gates here cordoning off some fields, but behind me is a stile which denotes that I can climb that and get into the field. Now there is a marked path through the field that you need to stick to, but I know that people from overseas quite often do find it a little bit strange that in the UK we've got such open access to the countryside. I know certainly in some places in the world this is not possible, and so we're very lucky in the UK to have access to so many places. Here's a stile out of this field. Now it looks a little bit slippery because it's quite been raining and it's a little bit green, and it's just got to be a bit careful going over that. Now here behind me are some ponds. Now these aren't public access, but it just so happens that I know the owner and most of the neighbours, so I've got permission to come onto this area of land, so hopefully I should see something here.
So that brings us to the end of a wonderful morning of photography. Now I was starting to feel a little bit tired, so at this point I was heading home, but what I'll do now is I'll leave you with some of my favourite photographs that I took this morning.
That's been a great morning of photography, but I am really glad that I haven't travelled too far and I've stayed local, because I'm starting to feel a strain now after doing that much walking, after not doing any for about 3.5 weeks. I'm ready for a sit down, but equally I've still had a great time and I've got some nice photographs. Now if you have enjoyed that video, do let me know down below in the comments, or nip over to my Instagram or Vero account, that's at Oakden Photography. Leave me your comments there and you can also see lots of my photographs. Now if you like what I do on the channel and want to help support me to make future content like this, then you can leave by the gift shop, that's at Teespring. There I've got a range of merchandise on offer, so head off over there because a purchase really does help me out and it's very much appreciated. But you don't have to spend any money at all to support the channel. You can do that simply by clicking the like, subscribe and the bell notifications. It really helps me out and it makes sure that you don't miss out on any future content. Watch out for next week's video, that goes live on Sunday. In the meantime, go and check out this video just up here, but all that's left now is to say stay safe and I'll see you soon.